Hi everyone, this is Dan, and this is X Factor number 10, continuing on the Mutant Massacre event. This is the 25th anniversary Marvel covers, I should say, colors. So anyhow, this is Cyclops by Walt Simonson. Kind of interesting that Cyclops is going to be the face of this franchise. But anyhow, I'm not sure if this is necessarily the... I don't think this is the first Walt Simonson X Factor, but I do think this is a really good issue for Walt Simonson to jump in on, because this definitely benefits from his pencils. But anyway, we open up and we get kind of some background here with the Morlocks. There's basically just some going back and forth. Louise Simonson, who's the writer of this, is kind of explaining who the Morlocks are. Just mutants down in the tunnels, separated from society, for their own personal benefit and whatnot. By the way, just to repeat, this is written by Louise Simonson, penciled by Walt Simonson, inked by Bob Wiacek, and then this is editor Bob Harris and editor-in-chief Jim Shooter. Anyhow, we open up to the second page and we get this fucking awesome double-page spread, Falling Angel. Pretty cool right here. So this is sort of the Marauders attacking the Morlocks from like a different angle. This one's got Sabretooth in it, which is pretty cool, and Blockbuster, compared to, say, what we just covered in the Uncanny X-Men issue I just did. But yeah, we go back and it's back to the end of the previous issue, X Factor number 9. Yeah, 9. So this is Jean Grey and Angel. They're taking the two mutants that X Factor was saving, which are Rusty and Skids, back to X Factor to get some medical treatment. You kind of have some back and forth right here with the background as being told by Jean Grey and Warren here, Warren Worthington. Meanwhile, the other three boys of the X Factor go to work down in the tunnels to try and save some lives. And it doesn't take long for X Factor to immediately run into the Marauders and get into a fight. Beastman tries to get the jump on Harpoon and gets his shit wrecked. Iceman and Cyclops kind of combine powers to sort of ward off Harpoon and Arclight. And then he's got that wide ass optic blast that he's got going on here. We go back to Warren Worthington and Jean as they head back to X Factor, and then Skids, the lady, she gets really pissed off when she finds out that at this time she doesn't realize that they are the original X-Men. She just thinks they're the Exterminators, which are kind of like this weird alter ego of X Factor that fights X Factor. And okay, look, the first couple issues of X Factor are stupid, all right? Let's just get it out of the way. But when Louise Simonson gets on this book, it gets really good. that's my only excuse for this entire run. But anyway, she turns out she gets pissed off at her because she thinks like, oh, you're mutant hunters, I'm gonna, run away and take Rusty with me, blah, blah, blah. And then Jean Grey kind of compels her to calm down. We get back into the tunnel. We're back here with Caliban, Leech, and Artie as they're trying to survive. Caliban decides to take a walk away from Leech so he can get his powers and figure out what the hell's going on down here, because everyone's screaming and dying. And here comes Sabretooth to wreck his shit. And just when he's about ready to murder all three of them, he gets blasted by Cyclops. And that optic blast just comes in handy everywhere, doesn't it? But yeah, this is kind of a weird sort of transitioning right here. I kind of wonder what the original plot script for Louise Simonson looks like, because everyone's kind of moving around in this issue. It's kind of going all over the place. Because as soon as he blasts Sabretooth, Cyclops, Iceman, and Beast just decided to leave. And then shortly afterwards, they drag Caliban back into the tunnel with them, and Sabretooth is like, rah, I'll huff and I'll puff, doing like the big bad wolf routine. But he eventually leaves too, which is kind of like, what the heck is going on here? Kind of like, it's a good book for what's going to happen right now, but things kind of move all over the place, page to page in this issue. But yeah, we go back to the Freedom Force, aka the original Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and their plan to expose Angel has turned out to work. So we go to Candy Southern, and if you remember her, she's Warren Worthington's original squeeze, and she's now working basically his company on the board level, and then she gets told that, hey, Warren's been exposed as a backer of X Factor, and then you go back to X Factor, and Warren and Jean are finding out the hard way while they're treating Rusty that the gig is up for X Factor. Sort of Louise Simonson's way of blowing up the original really stupid idea from the first 3 issues. But anyhow, we go, and this is Blockbuster. He's busy spanking the shit out of Morlocks down in the tunnel. And then Iceman kind of stops him before he gets kind of jumped by Vertigo. But he gets taken out by Blockbuster gets taken out again by Cyclops, and Vertigo takes out Cyclops till Beastman does his Beast does. You know what is kind of interesting about Beast? Like, I've been like going through like the old X-Men books, and like original non-blue Beast. Like, is it me, or does it feel like it's like the same move over and over again? It's like, watch me do these backflips, and then I eventually drop kick you, right? I can see why this character would this character would get kind of boring after a while, and it doesn't surprise me that they ended up doing all kinds of crazy things with Beast to make him a little more interesting. But that's just my opinion of like original Beast. So they regroup. Everyone's kind of getting beaten up, and it's kind of a melee down in the sewers. So Artie ends up leaving Leech and Caliban to go find X Factor and try to help them. And we go back here, and this is these next couple pages are freaking hilarious because I'm not sure if Louise Simonson is kind of making fun of the original idea of X Factor, or just kind of deciding, I'm just going to play with the drama that this book has already generated. But essentially, you have sort of a wallowing session between Warren, Angel, and Jean Grey. And what's going on here is that Warren's kind of like, admitting that, the gig is up, they've exposed me, they now know I'm backing X Factor, so they're going to find out that X Factor's not actually a mutant hunting organization, it's actually a mutant saving organization. So, and so he's kind of like, man, this idea was really freaking stupid. It's kind of like one of those moments like, yeah, no kidding, right? This freaking book, this freaking series original concept is kind of stupid, but, we'll go with it, buddy. And what's really cool is, like, he kind of alludes to, I'm tired of, pretending like this was a good idea. I'm tired of pretending that Scott wasn't married, which is like, opens up another can of worms, which is like, Jean Grey is here and Scott is here and he's not in Alaska looking for his wife and kid. But and then you get this fun little turnaround, which I kind of like this. I was like, oh dude, this actually would have they would have went with this. I mean, they could have saved Cyclops' character, but ultimately they didn't, right? Everybody kind of knows that. So, and that is a potential romance between Warren and Jean Grey, which of course Wheezy kind of takes advantage of to have Candy walk in on the entire situation, and she kind of throws the book at Warren and says, "See you later, cowboy," and walks out, and you get back and forth. Warren's basically fucked his life up. This is feeling like, I remember Wheezy likes to make a lot of her characters be miserable in her books, or have kind of a lot of soap opera genre. That's kind of remembering, because it's kind of the same way in the New Mutants books too, when she takes over those ones. But yeah. So here you have a Plague fighting with Sabretooth, and if you remember, she kind of makes people super sick. And she kind of is able to kind of defeat Sabretooth, and Harpoon's about to harpoon her until Apocalypse shows up and just smashes his freaking face into the ground. Oh man, this is if there is truly a legacy of X Factor, it's the creation of Apocalypse, right? This character right here is really the reason, in my opinion, that this series is so, remembered so fondly, is the creation of this character and the initial storylines with Apocalypse. So he brings Plague with him to become Pestilence, one of his first 4 horsemen to go heading out. And we head back to Jean Grey and Angel. They've decided to go back into the sewers to go rescue the rest of X Factor. which, by the way, they get into a fight with Art. I like how Artlight just gets hit immediately. You know, one thing I gotta give Wheezy credit, she has no problem writing women getting the shit kicked out of them. It's kind of freaking funny, because Artlight, like, gets nailed, and in a couple pages you're gonna see Vertigo get nailed too. But yeah, they kind of end up fighting to a standstill here, and Jean Grey is able to kind of ward off the rest of the Marauders and save the rest of the crew. So Beast, Cyclops, and to a degree Iceman are all pretty badly banged up, and Cyclops is frustrated. He's like, we haven't found Artie, we gotta save him. You know, and Warren's like, hey, don't worry about it, you go take care of yourself, I'm gonna go find him and save him, right? And, you know, you get an interesting line right here, which is like, you know, Cyclops with the thought bubbles here. Great thought bubbles, by the way. Or balloons, I should say. I was jealous, resented his friendship with Jean, and now he saves me, risks his life for Artie to redeem my fault. If he survives, if Jean wants him, I swear I won't stand in their way. Or, Scott, you could go find your wife and your kid. God, it's like trying to Febreze a piece of shit. Holy cow. Anyhow, the rest of X Factor runs away while Angel goes on a suicide mission, which ends in tragedy very quickly. He's able to kind of save Artie, but Vertigo, Harpoon, and Blockbuster trap him. He tries to fight. I love how these old comics have like no problem showing a woman getting the punch in the face. I'm sorry, it's like, man, this was the 80s, man. You could get away with this stuff. But things don't end well for Angel, and he gets pinned to the wall, and also comes to a realization, like, he told Artie to go get the rest of X Factor, but Artie can't talk, so and that's the issue right there. Angel left in a cliffhanger and a bit of a predicament. But anyhow, that's the review. Let me know what you think. Overall, a pretty good issue. I kind of like Wheezy kind of screwing around and making fun of X Factor in her own way, while she's also kicking up the drama into high gear for Mutant Massacre. But yeah, kind of still an uneven issue, but I enjoyed it for the most part. Anyhow, that's the review. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications. You got any comments on X Factor number 10 or this video? Leave it down below, and I will see you next time.